FunPop. FunPop.
I think the random fun pops is what does it for me.
Hello, everybody. It is episode 10. We are no longer single digits. We are now double digits. FunPopians. We're double digit FunPopians now. We got an awesome, fun show lined up for you today. Thank you for tuning into FunPop. We have two guests. One of them is still on another podcast right now. And as soon as he finishes that one, he will sway his way over here. And that man is the one and only Pong Soul, who's, you know, part of the Fun Speculation family. But we also have another brother from another mother here as well. I mean, he's pretty much part of the family as well. I mean, we love this dude. Play lots of games with him, talk with him all the time, hang out on party chats. He's been on FunPop before. I have a feeling if there wasn't a conflict with another podcast, he would probably be a member of.
That is quite possible. I don't want to ruin any future contracts.
No. I'm not trying to steal you away. I'm not putting that out there.
He's trying to put all the games on PlayStation.
You're on a great show. You're on a great show on Friday nights. So I'm not trying to. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying you fit with the family. No. You click. We love you, Steel. This guy that I'm talking to is the one and only guest right now. Steel Rain, what's up, man? How are you doing, dude?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is I am him, the one and only Steel Rain. Look, Mav, the FunPop crew, 3-Bit Psycho, you already know what it is. Y'all like my brothers from another man, and we're about to get into this pop culture, talk about a little bit about some MK, and overall just kicking and have a good time, man. I'm excited to be here, man. It's always a good time kicking it with you guys. We always have an exciting time in the parties. It always goes a little sideways. We always have exciting conversations, and man, I'm just grateful to be here, man. Again, much love and much appreciation.
Yeah, and I'm excited actually because last time you were a guest, you filled in for 3-Bit. Yes, because he was too busy. This week he's busy as well, but he managed to tear himself away from work just long enough to be on the show. So
yeah, popped in like halfway.
Yeah. So how's it going, 3-Bit? You you busy working on some super secret stuff right now that you can't talk about?
Oh, you already know.
Yeah, you know. Right now I'm working on like a couple things with my company, not my company, Meta Studios. I think I could talk about that. It's like a cool documentary stuff that we're working on. So I just been working on that for most of the day, and Ubisoft stuff tomorrow. So yeah, been a busy week. I'm very excited to get into some of these topics. We got like a lot of interesting things from last week. We like kind of touched over a little bit of Mortal Kombat, but I seen it and you guys didn't. So now we can.
It's because it hadn't come out yet.
Yeah. Yep, that is true.
The reason is because it was not yet released, but now it has. So guys, there will be spoilers if you haven't managed to watch this movie already, which I don't know how, because it's on HBO Max. You have easy access in the US, that is. I don't know exactly how that is around the world, but if you have a chance to even get a trial for HBO Max or whatever, it's worth checking out. And hey, Psychonauts, what's going on, dude? The mellow fellow from outer space, my man, what's going on?
I'm doing good, man. Just sitting here, been watching the draft today and excited. Some good picks, some not so good picks, but really excited to get into the topics and start the show off. Hopefully we get Pong here pretty soon, because I don't know how long Xbox shows will go on for, but hopefully we'll get him soon.
Yeah,
so I can't wait to talk about some Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, bro.
Let's go.
We're gonna dive into our thoughts, and you know what? This is a good topic to dive in before Pong gets here because
that is true.
he doesn't watch movies anymore.
He hasn't
apparently.
Yeah,
He says I would rather
he's
play
not with
video
movies.
games, and that's cool. You know what? But we have all four seen Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
And we got some of 3-Bit's thoughts last week, and I'm sure he's curious to kind of see what all our thoughts are, and then we can kind of go back to him and see how it jives with what he thinks. He's had a week to sit on it. So we'll start with my man Steele. What did you? What's your overall impressions of Mortal Kombat? Did it live up to the potential, the hype that it had? Do you think it's worth carrying on with this, like maybe this series? Because how it ended kind of alluded to potentially a sequel, right? So
facts.
What do you think? You think it's worthy of another one? And
like I put on Twitter, man, for me, the movie was 8 out of 10 for me. I didn't go into the movie with any expectation. I am a Mortal Kombat fan. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat 3. So I have a relation to it. Go Sub-Zero. But
Yes.
for me, Mortal Kombat has become more so like a legacy title. You know what I mean? It's like when you hear Mortal Kombat, it screams to millions of people. I feel like they did it justice. When you compare the movie to the older movies, let's face it, the older movies are corny. Yes, some of the scenes were better, at least with the fight scenes or whatever that they introduced in the older movies were at least the sequencing, I would say, was probably better for what they were. But I like what they brought in. I know everybody gives the main character, what was his name again?
Cole.
I understand that everybody gave Cole flack, but I kind of like what they did because I don't know if everybody played Mortal Kombat 10, but in 10 they did something to where they introduced Scorpion's son, and his name is Takeda. In this movie, it kind of came across like that with the whole ancestor thing. Oh, I'm your ancestor and the blood on the sword. And it kind of came across as though there was some relation there. I felt like if they would have named him Takeda, that may have been a little better. But I still like the whole tie-in with the ancestry. Now, was him getting his powers in the way that he got his powers was kind of corny, a little bit, just because it was plot armor, literally. And there's nothing wrong with it because I enjoyed it for what it was. Everything about the movie from start to finish. Of course, the intro pulled it in. The whole intro scene with Scorpion really giving it more of a good guy kind of side to it, because that's always kind of how I felt about Scorpion. I felt like he was misunderstood in the situation. He only went on this path because there was a misunderstanding about Sub-Zero killing his whole clan when it was Quan Chi, and
that's where I thought they were going with it.
And that's something that kind of threw me off. But at the same time, for them to put their own twist on it, I enjoyed it for what it was. Because then, okay, you bring in this other character you're trying to tie everybody else to. And overall, just fit all the characters, whether it was Cole, whether it was Kano, whether it was Liu Kang, Kung Lao, his fatality was the best out of the whole movie, I feel like. Just him putting his hat into the ground, turning into a bus. It's that game classic. It's one of these classic fatalities. And man, it was great. The gore was over the top. The overall, man, like the CGI in the movie was outstanding. All of it looked real. I liked Sub-Zero's presence throughout the whole movie, like the dark, eerie Jason kind of feel. That was kind of impressive to me, especially when he got the jacks. That was kind of, it really had built that tension up for me. And that just pulled me into a movie more and more. I know some people felt like it was kind of, people have said they went to sleep on it. It was boring. Oh, they're comparing it to the other movie, to the older movies, is why I brought them up in the beginning. And it's kind of like, it's hard to put them both in the same reference? Could you say, oh man, I love those old movies better than this? Sure. I mean, in nostalgia purposes, but I feel like you're kind of looking at it with rose-tinted glasses. And when you really go back and watch those movies, as I have within the last 6 months, and seeing kind of how corny it was, man, and to see that being brought to the new age, brought to a brand new audience. Again, you got to think about, there's kids who were born in 2000 who aren't familiar with where Mortal Kombat really came from, along with those movies, and they might have never paid attention to them. And now with Mortal Kombat really blowing up with 9, 10, and now 11, really just kind of setting the standard for fighting games, having a movie to follow along with it that was up to this standard, I feel like was outstanding. I like the direction that they're taking it. I just hope that they cast the right person for Johnny Cage. I know I saw some rumors or some little, I'm not gonna say some rumors, but some tidbits from Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I saw that.
Teasing or whatever, him dressed up as Johnny Cage. And I thought that was super dope. I don't know why Ryan Reynolds looks like he should be part of every movie now. That's so crazy.
Just fits.
But he looked just like the character. That was so crazy to me. Anyway, but yeah, I think they should keep going with it, man. It's exciting. I like what they're doing with it. They just got to find a way to really tie Cole into it better, I guess, because after this whole thing with his family, now what? Now you're marked in. How are you really going to take advantage of those powers? Because the only reason I make the reference to him and Takeda is because the weapons he's using is like Takeda's, where it's like the bar pole. I can't think of the name of it right now. The batons or whatever.
The baton thing.
Takeda has those same things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like they took those references and kind of put it in there. Some people probably won't understand that, and that's why everybody feels like, who is this guy? Just some random guy. And it's like, no, they kind of pulled it from somewhere. But overall, it was great. I liked it. It was 8 out of 10 for me.
I think they're gonna go work on that.
That was a good review.
Steel, because I definitely feel that because Cole Young, that's his orphan name. That's not his given name.
Exactly. See, and that's the other thing. That's crazy.
That they can go in the second one and say this is Takeda, or and go that route. So you bring up an excellent point that they left it open on purpose.
But it was kind of crazy because Scorpion also, he said, you freed me, but it's not like he really acknowledged him. It was still weird. I feel like there wasn't enough Scorpion in the movie either. I like the fact that I like the way they brought him in, but it also felt random. You know what I mean? Like, you have to show that struggle of him going to hell and fighting his way back out. Or like originally, I feel like, I guess that was a problem for some people. It was his deal with Quan Chi that brought him back. You know what I mean? Quan Chi was like, hey, if you work for me or whatever, I'll let you get your revenge. And that's why he was brought back. In this instance, it just kind of seemed random. But if you were paying attention, it was the blood. Obviously, it was like this blood pack kind of thing. And once Cole bled on the blade, that's when Scorpion popped up. So it was dope.
Hey, great thoughts. I'm gonna piggyback off of some of those in a minute. But I want to say to the chat, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. If you could drop a like and share this out, we greatly appreciate the support of the community. It is absolutely astounding and amazing to have people want to not just like our gaming content, but also other stuff as well. So super fun times talking about stuff like this, right? Psycho, hey, what are your thoughts overall impression? Give us your like Mortal Kombat rundown right now.
Well, I did like the movie. The beginning was phenomenal. Like how they started off in feudal Japan with Scorpion and just his storyline, and then Sub-Zero killing his family, and then him going to hell when Raiden takes the child. And that's the thing. Now, who's that? Was that the kid?
No, because you would think so, but Raiden said that he saved.
It's like ancestors.
It's an ancestor because Raiden said that he saved him and then took him somewhere, and then Cole is a descendant of that bloodline. And the other thing that gave that away is at one point they said it was centuries later.
Yeah.
Or like 300 or I think it was Sub-Zero that says centuries ago or something like that. It's like very at the beginning of the movie, right after that.
Doesn't Ray to make the comment even that you're not like your ancestors? You know what I'm saying?
Something like that. So it's even it's definitely a descendant. He has the bloodline in him, but it's not his son. Yeah. So that would take the Takeda thing away, unless they just change the story and make his name his
could be like named after a great grandfather type shit.
But if he was, you know, if this is given name Cole Young, that's just his name anyway, because he doesn't have a different, you know what I mean? Like even if he was an orphan, or because I think he was, I don't know his background of who his parents were. Did they allude to that at all?
No, so, I don't think they didn't allude to that. They left that very, very open.
Yeah, so that's interesting as well.
No backstory and nothing. It like I was saying before, not to interrupt Psycho. I know he was going on.
Oh no, it's all good.
I just feel like they left it open for a reason, because other than that, you have this anchor for what? Because that's what you made him. You made him an anchor point for the story now.
Mm-hmm.
So now what? Like he defeated Goro, bro. Like, that's just crazy to itself. But anyway, Buffalo.
Well, the help of his wife with the axe inside. So
yeah. I mean, that's all different.
But yeah, I mean, I like the story. So you know, with everything that I just said, it felt good. There was some storyline that was just like hit and miss, and it was like, did they really need to go there? You know, I mean, Cole Young as a character was a neat idea that they brought him in, but his acting ability was just a little not favorable. I mean, it was like little,
could have been worse.
I mean, I mean, some of his delivery was just like flat. So but other than that, like the movie itself was fun. It was enjoyable. All the action and with the fatalities, and Kung Lao when he cuts that winged lady in half, and he's like, flawless victory. I lost my shit. I was loving it. So I mean, it was good. So I hope when they bring the second one out, that they go more into Cole Young's and develop that story, that whatever they're gonna go with that, and have a good Johnny Cage. But I heard that they weren't going to go. They were going to go either with. They said that they weren't going to have Johnny Cage as a white actor. That's they did say that. Yeah. Okay. So they were either going to go with a black actor or Hispanic actor. I don't know yet what they're going to choose. But yeah, the studio their director has said that he wants a non-white Johnny Cage. We'll see.
Hey, that'd be pretty rad, honestly. You just I like when there's different takes on these characters. You know what I mean? Just like
that's what makes Mortal Kombat unique, because it's always been so multi-dimensional. You know what I mean? Multi-universal, I guess.
That's cool, they can go anywhere they want with the storyline. So we'll see. The fans might not like it, but at the end of the day, they're giving us a Mortal Kombat story, and we should be, and it was a good Mortal Kombat story.
Well, if it's a director's vision, though, that's what matters most to me, right? As opposed to anything else, it's like if he has an idea for this character of like a certain personality or whatever he's going for, then he's going for something specific, and I can get behind that, because Johnny Cage is a big time character, so with a big personality anyway. So anybody they put in that role is going to get a lot of spotlight and a lot of time, right? So it's interesting to see how he must have a big plans if he's actually thinking that far ahead and not just going the easy route of just saying, okay, this is what Johnny Cage is supposed to be, let's just make that Johnny Cage, right? Like, let's have fun with it and make it better.
See, but if they did that, do you think Johnny Cage would still kind of need to be, because he was like the comic relief, right? He was more so he didn't take his role serious.
He was the cocky guy, the smart ass.
They pretty much made it so Kano filled that role for this one.
Exactly. So if they I could see a Michael Jai White being Johnny Cage, because he has like that persona, that badass persona, but
you need the comedy element too, because he's funny.
That's the other thing.
What about Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan, he might be able to do Johnny Cage. That would be a little weird though. That'll be. I don't know.
Come on, man.
I think he might be able to. That might be dope. I can see some comic relief in that if they really get the script right for it. You know what I mean? Because you can't be too corny. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with giving your own adaptation to the story, but you still have to have because there's a fine line, right? You've already made some slight adjustments, introduced some characters out of timeline, right? And then so now as you continue the story, you're setting the bar that much higher because it's like now if the second movie isn't good, you're like, all right, we see now we can complain. Oh, see, that's why you didn't should have followed the story, and you know. So,
what about John Leguizamo as Johnny Cage?
John Leguizamo.
That'd be funny.
That would be great. Hey yo, I'm Johnny Cage. That's
or the Book of Love from It Takes Two. Hello, everybody.
Hey, I'm Johnny Cage. I'm here to fix your relationship.
Your relationship.
So I guess I'll give my rundown on it.
Okay. I was waiting for all you guys to.
Well, what is it? What's your Steel said 8 out of 10. Psycho. What do you give it overall?
I give it 7.5.
7.5. Okay, fair enough. All right. So I'm gonna tell you what I liked. I'm gonna tell you what I did not like, and then I will finish it off with a overall score and tell you if it's Mav approved.
Did I give my score last time?
No, but you're gonna get to.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna get the chance.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fight scenes. Fucking incredible.
Yeah, excellent.
Great fight scenes. Amazing action. When the action picked up, the movie shined. It was like, wow, this is fun. They didn't hold back on the gore, right?
No.
Which was great from a Mortal Kombat movie. You saw stuff going through heads, impaling. I mean, you saw stuff being ripped apart. Amazing fight scenes. They nailed Mortal Kombat with that, and it kind of gave it at times like throwbacks to the game, right? And you saw things that like would happen in the game, and it was like, okay, that's cool how they like did that, right? Love that. Second thing I loved, I actually loved most of the casting of the characters. I think they did a pretty good job for the most part. Now there's some things I could pick apart on. I loved Scorpion. I freaking loved Sub-Zero. This Sub-Zero was a badass. This Sub-Zero was amazing, dude.
Hey, he was
my favorite.
He was off the chain. Get it? Because Scorpion.
Yeah, like I can't wait for him to be Noob Saibot. And when they bring it back to be Noob,
like
that's gonna be.
Oh yeah.
Shang really cool. Tsung was kind of, I wasn't 100% feeling him as Shang Tsung. But the first Shang Tsung nailed it so much, like in the Mortal Kombat movies.
Will die.
And like your soul is mine. The first Shang Tsung would like nailed it so much. It's hard to like get that out of my head when I'm watching this guy, and he kind of seems like a knockoff Shang Tsung, right? So
yeah, he looks kind of funny, right?
So that I didn't have any problem with his acting. Maybe it was just like it just didn't click with me for him. Kano,
I picture like Shang Tsung like this older guy, and then like kind of like how they did with the older, like the other Mortal Kombat, and then like he sucks in souls. Like that's his whole thing, and maybe he looks a little bit younger, CGI or something when he does suck the souls. But
he was
I
when
picture
he
him
was
like older.
That doing that stuff, I thought he was actually cool. It was like, okay, this is where Shang Tsung's coming together. But the whole lead up to that is like, okay, like he's too much talking, too much walking around trying to be intimidating and stuff. It's just he was a little lame. Melina was pretty badass.
Melina was dope.
Cabal was incredible. Cabal had that like smart ass like shit talking, like going on to Kano and to other people as well. I loved that, dude. The character was awesome. Kano stole the show. And this was the best version of Kano I've seen in a game or movie or whatever. This version of Kano was great, and they nailed the character of the personality of the character, and also like his interest and what he's all about and all that kind of stuff. They kind of like led a great path for the story for him there. Kung Lao and Liu Kang. I'm not 100% sold on those characters. It doesn't matter anymore though for Kung Lao. For no
That's true. They killed them off really. They did that.
I mean, Liu Kang was pretty cool, but again, the first Liu Kang was so good in that role. He was like perfect Liu Kang. That is kind of, I'm like comparing this one to that one. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Sonya was good, not amazing, but she was good. I thought she fit.
I like Jax.
Jax, that's where I was about to go here. Jax kind of like another one that kind of stole the show a little bit. The scenes he had with his like dealing with the arm stuff, you know, like and he was like a character you rooted for, right? In that movie, I felt like he kind of played that, like he grounded it in a way, right? I really liked him. Now the Raiden was another one that was badass. I liked Raiden. I loved this version of Raiden. Now, Cole Young, the star of the show. Okay, awesome. So I feel like he was a little pointless. Now I feel like he's pointless to where they left this movie off. But how the direction of it was going, I can see how it may not be pointless in the future and other iterations. Maybe all of this story was to build the groundwork for something. And as far as like acting goes and stuff, I think he was fine. It just seemed like he was a vessel just for us to follow, as opposed to actually having a meaning of having a huge role in this movie, right? For most of the movie anyway. It was kind of like he was the weakling, like you just follow him around, and you know, finally at the end he made a big impact. But man, out of all the cool stuff, when they had the opportunity to invent something brand new, to create something like this is our new character, that's our invention that we're throwing out there, and it's gonna be the star of the show. They give him a gold shirt and batons. That's his superpower. You know what I mean? I mean like I said, like they got I got my superpower. What the tailor come out there, put a fucking gold shirt on him, and gave him a couple batons and said, "You're ready to go, my man." You know, it's they could have done a little bit better with his design and his outfit and stuff. I mean, that was kind of is that just me or was that pretty freaking lame? His gold shirt that had some swirly designs on it.
Stuff I wanted to talk about in the last episode, but I couldn't.
So I didn't like the gold shirt. But I have hope for this character in the future, you know, as he evolves and if they continue the story. Story wise, I thought it like was good. Like I liked the actual story of play of the characters and how they're building this all together and setting the stage for the future. All that stuff. I dug it. And it's not like a super serious thing. It's like, you know, popcorn movie, and it was fun to watch, and it gave me everything I wanted for. So these things I'm nitpicking, they're just nitpicks. They're not like, oh, this is like horrible because of this. You know, it's not like that. It's just like, hey, that was kind of cheesy. You know, like you could have done better there. Come on, guys. You know, like be a little creative. You know, but overall, man, I think they did a great job. I would give it a 8 out of 10 as well. I'm with you there, Steel, and I'm gonna watch it again. It'll be one I go back to for sure, occasionally, randomly throughout the years, and say hey, and just watch this movie because it's one of those. Hey, I'm just gonna chill and watch Mortal Kombat, right? I dug it. I thought it was a great time.
Awesome. Good point. You guys all had like good overall reviews of film. I thought you all broke it down. Pretty
Oh,
nice.
so we're being judged
Thanks, man.
right now as
Yeah.
well.
How great
Not bad.
was it?
No, yeah, I agree with most of you guys. I think
Most of us. Which one of us do you not agree with?
Someone figure out which one I didn't agree with. I thought
Which
I agreed
one?
with all you.
Guess who?
My rating for the movie goes down a point and up a point. Like it was 7 when I first watched it, and I would say it was 8 when I watched it with my family, because it was just a better experience. I don't know if it's just like we're all just like when things are happening and hype. It just made it a fun experience. That's just like my fan side, right? If I was critiquing on like a website, I don't know, maybe a 7. But yeah, I always see like these type of movies from like a fan lens, because I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat for sure. Like when I was a kid, I would watch the original and Annihilation. Ooh, that did not age well. I was watching it yesterday. That did not age very well. Let me tell you. But yeah, I think Cole was pretty pointless. I didn't have a huge problem with him. Like the way you do like different stories, and I said this in one of my episodes, it's like if you take a character out, how much does the story change? How much is the impact of like the other characters? Like how much does that one character affect everything around him? And if you were to take him out, it's not a lot. I think they did a great job. The combat, like everyone's saying, amazing. I really like some of the combat. They really nailed it, and they did my boy Sub-Zero justice. Like he was pretty much like the villain in this film. I was not expecting that. Like kind of in the games, like what Steel was saying, they kind of like go back and forth with like the first Sub-Zero was like maybe the villain, and then the second one is really good, or vice versa. They kind of play around with that in the games. So I was expecting that here when I was like getting ready to watch it. I didn't know he's going to be the villain. I had no idea. So that was like a surprise and a welcome one. I was still rooting for him. I'm like, oh yeah, you got this. He was. They needed to double team him. He's kind of OP. I liked it though.
He was kind of broke.
Yeah, they needed to like double team him, which is good in my opinion. One thing that did feel rushed, and I wish had more time, was when they actually started to do like sort of like it felt like the tournament where they separated everybody, because that bit is pretty much like what the original movies were all about. So I would have loved to have more time with like that, so we can like really appreciate all the characters separately and like what their strengths are. And it seemed like they were in the edit, they were trying to amp up like your emotions, so they were cutting between those moments really fast, which is like it's an editing technique where you're like, oh, there's so much going on. It's a good technique, but like I personally, I would have loved just a whole, if possible, like 5 minutes with just one with just like Jax and the other guy fighting, maybe maybe a solid time with like Sonya, just like enough time so we could like appreciate those characters in those moments. As for Kano, I think he stole the show. He was such a good actor, and I think whoever was directing this movie, I bet you he was only in a few scenes, and they like saw how good the chemistry was like with him, with like pretty much everybody. They're like, we need to add more. We need to add more. I bet you that's what happened, because I thought he was great. He filled the hole of what Johnny Cage was going to be, I thought. And so that is going to be interesting for the sequel, is if Kano's still there. Then they'll be battling for that spot, because we'll see how they end up doing it, because I thought the direction of this movie was very well done. The ice like on Sub-Zero, I'm not even sure how they did that.
It looked super realistic. Like,
yeah,
it looked like that's how I need Avatar to come out and look. Like, redo Avatar. I'm talking about the Last Airbender, and make it look like a proper movie. Like, it looks so organic. Like, even in the in the beginning, it almost looked like he was a mutant. Like, it just was always part of him.
Yeah,
it was crazy. It
was like no more Ong, right?
Yeah,
I want to see Aang.
Yeah,
I want to see what they did here with Sub-Zero, and like how the ice was like on his hand. It actually looked like ice, and that's very hard to do. And I love to like analyze special effects, because that's, you know, I just love looking at that stuff. And I'm not even sure how they did some of these effects with like Sub-Zero. So that was really cool. Yeah, it's a constant battle of the fan me, who really appreciates these characters coming to life, and then the critic me, where like Melina could have had more screen time. What is it, who's the main villain guy, what's his name, Shang Tsung, right? Wasn't, I don't know, he could have been better. Maybe I didn't have much of a problem with him, but I think if he needed more screen time. And I think maybe I'm just comparing. That's the problem. I'm comparing like some of these to the OG ones, and while the OG one was like corny and stuff like that, some of those actors still had that fantastic presence, they still had the presence, like Liu Kang, like Mav was saying, was fantastic in the OG. So when I think of Shang Tsung, I think of that OG guy, and that's the problem. But other than that, some of these casting choices they made, I thought Jax was great. I thought Sonya was great. The pacing of the movie was good, in my opinion. I was like, the whole time I was like, dang, this is cool, it's fun. Like, even things I was like, ooh, it was a little weird, I still wanted to see what would happen, and the flow of the movie was cool. Cole having that yellow shirt, we could talk about as his power.
The golden
he had that golden shirt pretty much as his power. It's hard. I didn't care about him as much as like a Sub-Zero, right? Like, I wanted to see where Sub-Zero was going. I didn't really care about Cole's story, and that's just me. But I didn't, also, like, a lot of people had a huge problem with him. I didn't have too much of a problem with him. I just you know, I was just like, I have no feelings about him. I'm just in the middle. I'm just like,
I just feel like we can't appreciate him yet, because we need the other movies to fully appreciate why they made the choices they did with him in this
right film. Yeah,
I agree.
Exactly, because I mean, like I was saying, it was literally plot armor. The fact that it just happened the way that it did made it.
Did you say plot armor?
Sense. It made no sense to the story. But then it was like, I guess, like, I was kind of low key was kind of wanting Goro to rip his old lady apart. I was like, yo, he's really about to do
he's
it.
Goro. Like, you should not have killed off Goro. Goro should be like a boss.
Oh, and he just went so quick too, in like a unepic
people
fashion.
Need to die. You need to take out at least 3 cast members.
And if he would have ripped that body, oh man, I feel like if he would have ripped his wife's body apart, then you could have say, okay, maybe that's the trigger that you get this armor all of a sudden, you know, deep rooted emotions, and you tap into your ancestry or something.
It's Mortal Kombat.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean.
I wanted the classic Goro nut punch where he's like, you know, like.
It was just like, man, like, it could have been. They didn't take advantage of what they had. I do feel like they should have made Goro a more ominous presence. Again, that's the credence to the older movies. He was an ominous presence. When Goro stepped in the room, you were like, oh shit. When you first time you saw him, you were like, oh man, wow. He's about that business. And the same with Shang, the same thing with Shang Tsung, which is kind of hard for us to forget it, because he did so well. They put him in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
Like, his face is in Mortal Kombat 11. So it's like, obviously there was enough of an impact. So when you see him, the only time that I could take the Shang Tsung seriously in this movie was when he was actually using his powers. You know what I mean? It was like,
that's what I'm saying.
Now I can tell that you're that guy or whatever. But other than that, when you're just talking or trying to give orders, You
Mhm.
you
The
look
other
like
guy had that
Tony-
presence without even using it. Like, he
Yeah,
just,
exactly. Without even using it, you look like
Yeah.
Tony Stark in the Avengers game. You just look like a knockoff. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's not good. But
Yeah, he looked like Shang Tsung's cousin. Like that's what I say
Yeah.
about the Avengers in the Avengers game. They look like the cousins. You know what I mean? Like or like the stunt doubles.
Robert Downey,
right?
the third.
his name was
Yeah.
Shang Van Dam.
Yeah, I agree. That's a
You
good
know.
point. I think they did. To be fair, they tried to do that mysterious thing. You know how he came out the shed or something, kind of like silhouetted. They tried, but then I think that effect was lost because he like died so fast. He died
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, I hope he was a knockoff Goro, and that was like Goro's cousin. And
Well, you know,
we
with
get the
Mortal
real-
Kombat, they always bring people back, especially
Yeah.
Quan Chi is such an essential role to Mortal Kombat 2. Like once they introduced him and they start bringing characters back, like Kano's another one of those characters that they can bring back. They could bring back. I know in Mortal Kombat, gosh, what was it? Kung Lao? They brought Kung Lao back, and he was evil for a bit. Until
Yeah.
he had that confrontation with Liu Kang, and they, and then they figure stuff out and whatever else, and carry the story along. I do agree with 3-bit though. Liu Kang and Mav. Liu Kang was weak again when you compare it to the original. It's just like it's so up and down, but
Yeah.
it fit.
Like, he wasn't bad. I'm just
It fit what was
comparing
there.
it to what we had, and
He
I don't
wasn't
do that with all the
strong.
characters.
Mhm.
Yeah, he wasn't completely strong, and maybe it is the actor's performance. Now I'm thinking about it, because I don't do that with Jax. I don't do that with Sonya. Right?
Yeah.
I think maybe it is the actor. I don't know, but the originals were so strong in their roles. You have to nail that specific part.
Yeah.
Like Shang Tsung, you have to nail that. I think Liu Kang, you have to nail that.
Mhm.
Kung Lao was stronger than freaking Liu Kang, so
Yeah, he was more
I-
believable for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
for sure.
or what
I-
Kano calls him, Kung Pao.
Kung Lao was better than Liu Kang, but I didn't really like either of them. I liked the outfit, and I like the fighting. Like the hat was badass. Kung Lao is my favorite character to play as in Mortal Kombat. So, but just the character himself, I don't know, just didn't come across as the right personality for Kung Lao for me, based on what I think of him, right? But that's just like prejudgment of what I think of the character. So like,
I didn't know they were cousins. Maybe I just missed some part of Mortal Kombat. I don't remember them being cousins.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah,
did I just forget that? That's crazy.
I think that's what they've always hinted at. I don't know
We're
if it was
cousins.
see now that makes me kind of question it, because now
Yeah.
I feel like they always just knew each other or they trained together.
Yeah,
or
like I don't
something like
remember them ever saying like, "Hey, we're cousins."
I think they
just
said in the
always remember them
movie that
training.
like he found Kung Lao and or something, and
Oh yeah, they said like, I guess they did do that. Maybe.
yeah, they did.
So, I mean-
They alluded to how the whole dynamic works. Liu Kang was explaining it to Cole, I think.
I think that I think you're right on that. I
Okay,
mean, it
never
kind of
mind
makes
then.
sense. I kind of do the same thing. I have some close friends that I will also consider cousins. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I guess you could see that, especially if you grow up with them from a young age, all training together.
Nope.
And look who decided to show up
It's
with
a Pong.
the finesse.
What
Hi.
What I miss? We got
Pong
to start the whole
Soul.
show over again.
Perfect.
Hi,
Hey,
man.
guys,
How's it
welcome
going,
to
bud?
FunPop.
Welcome to FunPop. Everybody, this is a good friend of ours. You know him. He's part of the Fun Speculation family.
I don't know any of you.
Family.
Xbox
Family.
Ultimate panel member, brother from another as well. Our man, Pong Soul has joined us. He just got finished doing Xbox podcast over there.
Next
podcast, yeah. What's up, dude? Welcome to the show.
Nothing much. What's going on?
We're just
Fresh
talking
off
about
a
some
3-hour marathon, and
Ooh.
so we're ready to rock and roll here.
right on, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We just got done talking about Mortal Kombat.
Fatalities.
So, you haven't watched it, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So
Nope.
we decided, hey, we're gonna get this out of the way before you join
Perfect
because
Whatever you guys said, I agree with. So we'll just go with that.
Excellent, excellent.
Right.
The
I
consensus.
trust all of you.
I agree with your agreement.
I've said that Cole Young was the best actor in the whole entire movie.
Hey,
You agree
the
with that?
consensus was it's better than any James Bond movie.
So
Ooh.
I have a question.
Okay, let's backtrack then. I gotta rehear this.
Any James Bond movie. I have a question though, real quick before we move on.
Look.
Was the girl of the younger girl with Cole Young that they kept showing, was that his sister or his daughter?
The younger girl?
The
Yeah.
younger is daughter, I thought.
Is that at the beginning of the movie? I always, for some reason, I thought it was his
No,
sister.
I think that's his. That was his daughter because the lady was his wife. Was his chick or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just like for some reason
I
like
thought
the
it was his daughter.
dynamic just didn't seem like father and daughter at the beginning of the movie and stuff. So I kind of equated it to like sister.
He's treating
and-
his
and
daughter
brother.
like a friend.
Yeah, kind of,
Yeah.
right? You know,
I think he even said so
That's
that
the new dynamic in the families now. Treat your kids as your buddy.
well, I was just curious because I don't like I probably missed the part where they really concreted that because I was just popcorning the movie and just cool,
Yeah.
not really.
As soon as they
focusing
explained it, I don't know.
on, hi daughter.
Oh, I can't
and,
hear it anymore.
Hi
What?
wife. Hi. Yeah, I miss those words. When they clarify. I was just curious. He looks
I'm not
pretty
sure.
young. Also, that's what kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, right? Like, I can't tell if that guy's like 38 or if he's like 18.
Yeah.
But anyway, overall, great movie.
Yep.
Loved
Most
it.
of us gave it. I gave it like a 7 for my critic side and 8 for my fan side.
Yeah. I only speak from a fan side, so that's where the 8
3-bit, the
comes from for me.
Metacritic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only Metacritic I know.
So what is the FunPop overall score then? We got a 8 from
Gotta
Steel, an
tally it
8
up.
from me. We got a 7.5 from Psycho, so that's what a 7.66 right now. And
Yeah.
no 7.
What about Pong? What do you give it, Pong?
Something like that.
I give it a 8.9.
8.9.
So that means you got to balance it out. So now it's probably like almost an 8.
It's like an 8.5, almost 9 now. Like,
We'll say
Yeah.
with 3-bit
Thanks,
7.
Pong.
We'll say with 3-bit 7, we'll make this a overall FunPopian score of a 7.5 for Mortal Kombat.
We're doing reviews now?
I guess so. It just happened.
This happened
just
organically. Okay, I guess we'll do it. That's gonna be our new segment. We'll take all of our scores.
FunPop score. The fun score.
the fun score
It's
is
a fun score.
7.5.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
All right, guys. So I was trying to think of topics. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about. We're talking about possibly talking about the Bad Batch. Hey, yeah, cool. There's Bad Batch coming to Disney Plus on May 4th. That's
Star
gonna be
Wars.
awesome. That's from Star Wars animated stuff. So just make
Loki's
sure you
coming.
keep an eye out for that.
Oh yeah, low key.
Loki's
excited for
like a big one that I'm really excited for, and we're gonna
Yes.
talk about
Oh,
that
you know
next
what?
week. But
I was not excited for Loki at first,
I was
love
after the
that. I
trailer for
love that.
sure.
but after they've been killing like these shows lately with WandaVision and Falcon, I'm like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And,
And
now
then
I'm
that
excited.
trailer made it. It hyped it up more for me.
Yeah, that last trailer they had was like really good. So,
Because they're
I'll
definitely
watch it.
talking about the multiverse.
Mhm.
yeah.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
go
I'm ready.
down and have a discussion instead.
Ooh, okay.
This discussion
Discussion.
is going to be a revealing discussion about each one of us.
Are we
Ooh.
taking off clothes?
If you want to, go for
I
it.
do have a print shirt on.
A very revealing discussion,
Okay.
and we're gonna find out a little bit about each other
Mm.
Oh, okay. This is like
and our taste.
like a therapy
Come
session.
sit around the campfire.
We'll
We'll-
see.
we'll-
We'll see.
We'll hug each other.
Who has good taste? Who has bad taste?
I got a bat signal in the back. I might have to
Oh, okay.
back.
Hey man,
I'm
look,
back.
I'll get the Batmobile ready for you.
All right, we'll chill. All right.
But before we get to this, we have a $5 super chat from our man Caper Grant 692. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate the support. He says loved Sub-Zero and Kano. Solid 8.5 out of 10. Do we weigh that score with the FunPop score? I think so. We just went up to a 7.75.
We take
we take fan
all
submissions.
input.
Hey, it's user. It's like user scores, right? All right.
You rate through super chat.
So yeah, you have to. Oh man, that's a dangerous game to play there. Yeah, we will count your score if you pay for it. No.
Yeah.
Super appreciate that though, man.
Like a DLC.
Thanks for the support. All right, so I want to know a little bit about you guys. We'll start with our new guest here on FunPop.
Oh,
We're gonna find out some favorites.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we can do that. I want your guys' question. I got 5 questions. What did you rather? Should we go roundtable here on each question, or just get 5 from Pong and then move on?
Well, we'll get
Maybe do a
new
round
guests.
table.
You guys are the guests, so you guys go first, and we'll steal your answers. So go ahead.
okay, excellent.
So we'll go all 5 all at once for Pong. This is
I'm not prepared for this. What kind of questions are these?
they're simple.
Favorite
Have you ever?
opinions? No.
When was your first time? I'm just kidding.
Ooh, never have I ever.
Favorite Marvel movie.
Next.
Ooh.
Have you seen any?
Oh, you have one. Oh.
Come on. Even if you don't like any of them, you have one.
He got one.
He loves the Incredible
I say
Hulk TV
Deadpool.
show.
Deadpool? 1 or 2?
One.
1? Deadpool 1.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Hey, that's a solid choice. I can get behind
It's
that
actually really
decision.
funny. Yeah.
It actually is a good story too. Like, you know, the story has meaning to it. You know, like even as silly and self-aware as it is, it's like it has a good story. The beginning sets it off really well.
For people who may not know Pong, that's just Marvel enough.
Hey, everybody, wave hi to Original Next Level Gaming. We're on their screen right now. Hi, Mike. Hi, Chris. Hi, Peter. What's going on? Thank you guys.
Excellent.
Is it doing the meta thing again, where you're showing?
It's the
our
multi.
screen
Yeah,
and
it's the multiverse.
Yeah, the multi-screen.
the
Yeah,
multiverse
stream.
Entering another dimension.
Streamers.
Yeah,
The
we're entering
FunPop
another
multiverse.
dimension right now. We're gonna open up their chat on my screen. Hey, hey, Mike, don't copyright claim me, please.
That would be hilarious if he copyright claimed you. That would be hilarious.
We could have like the end. Is this like the endless view or
Wait,
whatever? We just
yeah.
keep going.
We
Yeah.
are streaming
Yep.
within a stream within a
Streaming within a stream within a stream.
This is very Matrix. This is pretty good shit.
Cracking that fourth wall,
Yeah.
man.
So the next question, I'm gonna write these down so I remember.
And he's doing it on the fly.
Just
So
making
makes
it up.
that much more interesting.
Okay, Pong
Doesn't know where he's
said
gonna go.
Okay.
Deadpool.
Are we going to the next question or no?
Next question. I just got to think of it first.
Oh,
No, okay.
jeez.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I already have them written down. I got 5 questions written down. Favorite DC movie?
Mm.
Oh boy.
That's hard.
That is hard.
Oh, that's easy for me.
Well,
This is hard because they don't just have like Marvel just has like the cinematic universe. DC has like
The
freaking
animated
weird-
universe.
They have like
and-
they have like a bunch of side movies too that you're like, oh wow, that's DC movie.
Did you say side boobies?
side
all the
movies.
side-
Oh, okay.
Just
Side
look at all the
side
movies. That's funny as hell.
well,
Touch the side boob.
okay. So let me ask you. So all the Batman movies are DC, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. I have to go Dark Knight then.
Yeah.
I have to. I have to.
Damn.
Pong
that's a good
said,
You can't go wrong
Dark
with
Knight.
that. That's
No.
like friggin'
Yeah.
really good movie.
so you're on a trend right now. How many letters are there in the alphabet again? I forget exactly. You picked
32.
you picked D twice. so
D's.
far.
Yep, D's.
You like the D's. You like,
I got double D's right now. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, nothing wrong with those.
See?
You got a Dead Night.
Dead Night. All right. So hey, man, I have nothing to criticize you for yet.
Okay.
So we keep we'll keep the positive momentum
Pretty
going.
good.
You're pushing my limits here already. So.
Don't screw it up.
Favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh God, Empire Strikes Back. That's too easy.
Okay.
Forever and always will be.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I'm gonna get, dude, guys. I'm gonna get so shit on for these answers. Just telling you guys, and I might lose any listeners that we have when it gets to my turn.
Some of my answers.
What the fuck? He has a pop culture podcast. This fucking guy doesn't know shit. You know, that's what they're gonna say.
I like the
After my-
notebook.
Hey, just for anybody listening, I warned Mav that I didn't know what I was going to contribute tonight. So, and I told Steele
Oh, good.
that he was just going to carry me. So that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of working out so far. I'm just saying.
All right, Pong.
Yeah.
You're 3 out of 5 done.
Okay.
Moving
good
on to
so
the
far.
next.
Can I phone a friend? Do we have that option?
If you have to, or you could also.
Play that intense music.
How did he have 3 out of 5 when he only answered 2?
You could
No, I
also
answered 3.
Yes,
poll the
the
audience.
third one was Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Already.
3-bit, what's with your camera?
What is wrong with it?
Oh, it's
It
out
looks
of focus.
blurry
huh?
on my side.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a little out
Yeah.
of focus.
Really?
Completely out of focus.
On YouTube, it looks fine, so we're good.
Okay. All right. That's all that matters.
He's like, it's all right.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
They'll see me.
All right.
Yeah.
What is Pong Soul? I need to know. What is your favorite TV show of all time?
Oh, dude.
Damn.
What?
That's all.
That's
Uh,
like impossible.
No, it's not
man.
impossible. You have a favorite. I
Golden
know
Girls.
it's Powerpuff Girls because you were so pissed off
Yes.
at what they're doing to that movie.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, but dude, no, this is like favorite this is like favorite game or favorite movie. It's like what genre? I mean, again, favorite.
Where does
TV
your heart?
show.
What's the first thing that comes to mind? Where does your heart lead?
No, it doesn't. That doesn't.
He
work
said,
either.
"What is your heart lead? Close your eyes. Listen to your heartbeat."
Oh
is
my
your-
god,
It's
you
okay
go
to have
into the
multiple
Matrix.
favorites, so you can just pick one.
dude, that's near impossible.
I know it's like when my wife asks me what I want to eat for dinner. I'm like, I don't know. I want everything.
right?
It's like
Right? Ah, God.
TV
Oh,
show.
oh boy, TV
Oh.
show.
TV show and
I was
the
thinking of movie.
TV show.
So
It could be a streaming service show currently. It could be like stuff from like the 40s when you were born. It could be
He said the 40s.
it could be any time period.
Ow.
I'll Transformers Gen 1. So
Transformers
original.
Gen 1.
Oh,
Yep.
That's a great answer. Oh man.
Yep.
You're stealing
that's
my
classy. That's classy.
There's this
I
is
like
this
that.
is why we're compatible.
Whoa.
That's why you're
why
wife number
two.
2.
Second one.
Yeah.
Yep, second one.
Yep.
Where are we
Transformers
going
Gen
with this?
1.
Now you're learning.
Okay. One more question.
Okay, one more.
What is your favorite movie of all time?
Dang, he really brought that one out.
Movie of all time. Favorite movie, period.
Oh, damn.
Oh, it's Empire Strikes Back then. It has to be.
Star Wars, Empire Strikes
Yep,
Back.
it has to be. Empire Strikes Back. It has to be.
That's where his heart lies.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
So
can feel it.
your favorite
Yep.
movie
felt
of all
the
time
force.
is a Star Wars movie, which is awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
It's a classic. Can't go wrong with that.
Oh, I mean, there's a bunch there, but if you're gonna make me pick one, it has to be Empires. I've seen it the most. It has to be. I can go back to it and watch it now and still enjoy it. So
awesome.
Yep.
People are not gonna like my answers, and that's fine because it will be my favorites. Okay,
right. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
It's all that matters. Right? You're not gonna get criticized or judged from anybody. All right, Steel Rain.
Okay.
It's your turn. You're up to bat as guest number 2. The other half, the better half of Living Split Screen.
I don't know about all that.
Do you guys notice how I'm number 2 in everybody else's life? That's so weird. I don't get why that is.
You're number 1 to me.
You're his player 1.
He's a screen and split.
All right, man. What is your favorite Marvel movie?
The first Iron Man.
Right on top of that.
He's done his homework.
And mainly because Iron Man has kind of been my hero of choice over the years. There's so many more that kind of have embodied it. I mean, but as far as like when I picture a guy in a suit of armor, if it's not Master Chief, it's definitely Iron Man, Tony Stark.
Right on. Hey, I like how easy that was for you, and nothing I can argue with there. Favorite DC movie of all time?
See, this one Pong stole. I was going to also choose The Dark Knight. Reason being is because I love the way Heath Ledger made the Joker come alive.
Heath is the best and always will be the best.
That is the best performance in any Batman movie I have ever seen in my life. And to this day, I will argue with anybody who says that that's not the best Batman movie.
Still so damn good it killed him.
But
that's how good that was.
Since Pong said Dark Knight, I'm going to say Watchmen.
Dang, that was mine. That was mine.
Watchmen is would have to be
all right. Now I gotta think of something.
I love Watchmen. That is such a great movie.
That is
all the mysteriousness to it, and it's a good movie.
Dang, now I gotta think of something else.
Great pick. That is excellent. Okay. I mean, it just didn't enter my mind for some reason, but it is a really good movie. All right, so favorite Star Wars movie?
Okay, this one is going to be kind of biased because of the era that I grew up in. My parents made sure that they introduced me to 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
But
those are good parents.
Because of the era that I grew up in, the early 2000s were extremely impactful to my life. I'm going to have to say Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3 is my favorite Star Wars movie.
That's what I was going. Oh my gosh! All right, we got
the introduction of Darth Vader in that movie, the whole dynamic in that movie, how much emotion they were able to pull just out of Anakin himself, especially when you followed it from 1, 2 to 3. It was like it was mind-blowing. That especially when you come from 4, 5, and 6 and you see how Darth Vader is, and you come to understand that whole thing with Luke gives it so much more depth. It's amazing.
That movie is over criticized and underappreciated for what it is. There was a lot of different ways he could have done it that would have made it a lot better. But at the same time, I totally agree with you. It is definitely underappreciated as a movie. And some of those scenes are some of the most impactful in Star Wars. Some of those scenes.
Yeah.
So,
and the best thing about it, there was no Jar Jar Binks dialogue.
Correct.
And I know everybody gives Jar Jar Binks flag.
No. Don't even start. Jar Jar Binks sucks.
Because of the era I grew up in. I like Jar Jar.
No era allows you to like Jar Jar Binks. I don't care.
I thought he was good comic relief, man.
No. Ewoks are comic relief. Jar Jar Binks is an abomination. It never should have been.
Oh, you know friends with Jar Jar?
You're not friends with Jar Jar, Pong?
Yeah. No.
That's hilarious.
No saying.
That's funny.
No.
But yeah, that would be my choice on that. Revenge of the Sith.
Stealing all my answers. I don't.
All right,
appreciate it.
favorite TV show of all time. Period.
Oh, this one is going to be the difficult one, man. My favorite TV show of all time is going to be an anime, and it's going to be Bleach.
Bleach.
Bleach. Of course, we watch Dragon Ball Z and everything. I mean, that's kind of what my introduction to anime was. Along with Akira. There are so many other animes that I can't name that I just can't name off back. But if you show me them that I know that I've seen, along with a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies. But if I had to pick one, I would definitely have to say Bleach. It was the most impactful, other than Dragon Ball Z, of course, but or Dragon Ball overall, if you want to be technical. On the anime side, what my answer would be. If I want to say more something that's probably more familiar, I'm gonna say Dexter's Laboratory.
Nice.
Or Dexter's Laboratory.
DD.
The Dexter's Laboratory, along with the Justice Friends, man, you can't get any better, especially when with the monkey. And oh man, like there's no better classic TV, even to this day. Like I made sure that even my own daughters have got some screen time in with Dexter's Laboratory. So it's a classic to me, and forever will go down as one of the greatest TV shows.
It's a good one.
Right on. Okay, so movie favorite of all time. Period.
Oh, favorite movie of all time, huh? Dang. Favorite movie of all time. Damn, that is like probably the hardest question of them all.
It is a tough one because
you're like, man, what is your favorite movie of all time?
There's just so many.
Yeah.
Where does my heart go with this one? Right? I mean, and now my answer could change.
Your answer could change every day.
It'll change tomorrow.
Probably. But right now, my favorite movie of all time, Space Jam.
Space Jam, nice, dude.
Yep.
Wow.
I believe I can fly.
And what's crazy about Space Jam, why I know Space Jam is a timeless movie, I can't tell you how many times my daughters have watched Space Jam. Yeah. And that movie has how old? Like every time that I watch that movie, it hits me emotionally, especially now that I got kids, man. It hits me in a different way. I always enjoyed it as a kid. I probably watched it 1,000 times. I was a huge fan of Michael Jordan. I was a huge fan of Looney Tunes. Again, those Saturday morning cartoons, or waking up early in the early mornings, and you get those early morning cartoons. I was a huge fan of that, and the overtopness. I was always a fan of basketball at that time too.
Bam's Bunny.
Yeah. Yeah, that too, a little bit, but the movie just it's such a like an influential part of my life, man. So,
yeah, hey, that's a great answer, dude, because it's sometimes your favorites are the most impactful, right? And I could definitely see Space Jam, because that was like the ultimate crossover, right? When you're a kid, like back then, I remember being so excited too when that came out. It was
that
awesome.
Movie was insane.
Bill Murray was in it too, which was like awesome.
It's like the bar for the second one is like beyond the roof.
It's impossible to live up to expectations, and from what I've seen from it, I don't have high hopes.
I mean, it looks good, but story wise, I don't know, man.
It's like you almost have to just remake it completely as is, with new characters, with better graphics and better everything. You know what I mean? Then at that point, what's the point of remaking it at all? Right.
Exactly.
So,
who knows?
Yeah. All right. Time to move on. We got our guests out of the way. They had some great answers. I'm impressed. But now it's time for our FunPop guys.
Uh-oh.
And we're gonna see what you guys say. All right, 3-bit. We'll start with you.
Oh man.
Steele's kept taking your answers.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to get creative here. No, you can pick the same thing. Yeah. It's okay. You can pick the same thing. If it's your favorite, it's your favorite, even if you only got the idea because Steele said it.
I feel like it's cheating. Watchmen is definitely a good DC movie, though.
Yes.
For those who haven't seen it, it's incredible. Great stuff.
Favorite Marvel
so is Dark Knight
movie.
Dark Knight's great. Favorite Marvel movie. I was thinking about this. And I was just thinking about the ones I rewatch a lot, because I remember you guys asked me this question in a party chat and I said it was Civil War. But as I thought about it, the Marvel movie I watched the most and is impactful to me is the first Spider-Man movie. I watched that so many times.
Okay, preach.
Yep. Green Goblin and just like
Damn.
him as Peter Parker and just how they set it up.
That was a good choice.
Great.
Hell yeah.
I loved it.
It's a horrible choice.
I watched that movie so many times.
No, I'm just kidding. It's a great choice. I love that movie.
Yeah, first Spider-Man movie for sure. That was hard because there's so many amazing Marvel movies out there. Especially like Deadpool is a great one. Civil War I was thinking about doing. But yeah, I would say first Spider-Man for sure.
Right on. Okay, next. DC. Favorite DC movie.
Now this one, since you guys both stole my answers. Gosh. Favorite DC movie. I'm gonna go with if I'm stealing the answer, I'm gonna say Dark Knight. But if I'm doing something else, I'm going to say the new Joker movie was really good.
Okay.
I thought it was like it hit a lot of different notes about our society. He was a good Joker, I thought, and yeah, it was deep. It was very dark. When I left the theater, how I know if it's a good movie is if I leave the theater and it leaves me feeling some way. And I'm thinking about him, talking about it with my friends for weeks after the movie finishes, then that means it's a good movie in my book. So I did that with that movie. So I'll say that for my second.
Awesome. Great choice.
Yep.
Favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah. So I was gonna say Revenge of the Sith, and I'm gonna keep
that's fun. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that because like what I think he Steele said it perfectly. Like 4, 5, and 6 gives impact to episode 3. Like if you watch 4, 5, and 6, you're like, okay, it makes you appreciate episode 3 even more. Of like what led to that moment of who Darth Vader is. And yeah, I remember when that movie came out, I was just like so hyped for it. I remember how hyped I was for that movie. I would replay the trailer on Game Trailers, if you guys remember that site, like constantly. I would watch the trailer, then I would rewatch it, and episode 3 for sure. Not to say freaking there's New Hope that's amazing, there's Empire Strikes Back. 4, 5, and 6 are just amazing movies, but I'm gonna just go with Sith because that had an impact on me for sure.
Cool. Sith again.
Yep.
All right. Favorite TV show of all time, 3-bit.
This was hard. I'm going to say, and this will change like right after this podcast probably. I'm gonna say Game of Thrones. That was incredible. Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
I'm gonna say Game of Thrones. The last season we don't talk about, but
I thought it was okay.
It was one of it. Like still, it was one of the greatest shows of all time, in my opinion. Like with how they like lead up all the characters, like there still isn't a show similar to Game of Thrones in my book of how they do everything. And they made things feel so dangerous because of like say like the mythical creatures and stuff you don't know about. It's like happening. Like people don't people in the society are just like, oh, that doesn't exist, and you're like the same way because you haven't seen it either. So when it does happen, it's like very impactful and amazing. Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Great answer.
Yep.
Now, favorite movie of all time, 3-bit.
So this one, is Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, okay.
I love Scott Pilgrim
That's
versus
pretty
the World.
dope.
Freaking love that movie. I probably rewatched that movie more than any other movie in the world.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I love it.
Yeah, it's bad how many times I rewatched that movie. It's so funny. There's so many Easter eggs in it. Like if you were like, the more you rewatch it, they hide so much in that movie. It's so funny. Like down to like the t-shirts he wears, to like characters in the background they're referencing games.
Yep.
Like funny moments when he like jumps out the window, he says he's not home. It's just so funny. I love that movie. Yeah, it's like a perfect mixture of like a romantic movie, so you could watch it with like a significant other or whatever, but it's also like nerdum mixed with action. It's just like a good mix of a lot of different stuff. So.
It's a genre mixer for sure.
Yeah, love that movie.
And comics too. It has like a big comic vibe and video game vibe and stuff.
Yeah, those are my answers.
I need to rewatch that.
Scott, yeah, that's a good movie to go back to.
Psychonauts, dude, it's your turn, man. I know I kept you waiting. I kept you here ready to tee off on these, and I know you've been thinking about it and you're ready to go. So, man, I need to know a little bit about you.
All right, bro.
What is your favorite Marvel movie of all time?
Favorite Marvel movie? One that I go to a lot is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Excellent choice.
Great music.
Excellent choice.
It's funny, but also there's a lot going for it, and
the soundtrack to that movie is incredible.
Yes.
For both of them, I like it in both of them.
I actually jammed to that in the car while I was out working, driving around and stuff. Like, great choice. Guardians of the Galaxy. Bringing humor to the Marvel MCU.
Facts. In a really great way.
In a great way.
Yeah, that and Deadpool.
When that movie started, you don't really know what to expect, right? Going back to Guardians, like you didn't know what to expect from Guardians, like because it was a new thing, and you see Star-Lord, he gets on the planet, he's wandering around, and then the song starts and he starts dancing around all goofy and stuff, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna dig this. This is gonna be a fun time, right?
Yep.
That opening scene, the Guardians of the Galaxy, set the stage for that entire series. I think going forward with the vibe was absolutely perfect. And I saw that in 3D actually at the theater, at a 3D release, and man, it was like really cool, that scene.
The last movie I saw in 3D was Avatar, and that was really good in 3D.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, it was good.
Avatar was like the first good 3D movie at the theaters, right? Because they really nailed it. And then they had the Marvel movies. There was a lot of those that had 3D releases, and some of them were good, some of them not as good. But Guardians of the Galaxy was a great one to watch in 3D. So if you ever have a chance to watch it in 3D, I suggest doing that. All right. Favorite DC movie, Psychonauts?
Favorite DC movie is new. So Zack Snyder's release of Justice League.
Okay.
Wow. Oh.
Okay.
Snyder Cut.
Interesting.
Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
It hit me that much. Like it was everything I wanted.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So that became my new favorite.
You liked it better than Green Lantern?
I like Green Lantern.
Just a little bit.
I like Green Lantern.
You liked Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, Paul?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
I've watched it multiple times.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in a while.
It's still good. It's got its moments.
Okay.
All right, guys.
That's actually that. You know what, Psycho? The more I think about that, like that one was interesting. Like it's cool that it was impactful for you. Like the more I think about it, because like when I first watched Justice League, like the first Justice League, I was like, this is absolutely terrible. And but with just like this new cut, it's like a new movie. It feels like it does feel like a brand new movie. It brought different characters to light that was not in the original. Like Flash was not like that. You know, he still has goofy moments, but they gave him more importance. They gave Cyborg like his own arc, which
Cyborg.
was not there. So yeah,
that's what sold it, was the Cyborg, the
yeah.
new side.
He was
of Cyborg.
the best actor in there. I didn't even know that until I watched that cut.
No, yeah,
That's
he's
interesting.
So
And that's what killed it. That's what got it for me.
Nice. Okay.
Oh yeah.
good choice, Snyder Cut. I concur. Amazing movie. Favorite Star Wars movie, Psychonauts?
Oh, hands down, it's Empire Strikes Back, as you can tell from my background. I went and saw the 40th anniversary
Good
at
man,
the
good
theaters
man.
last year. When they opened up the theaters last year, I went and saw the 40th anniversary. It was their first movie that was premiered, and I went and saw it. And because I'd never seen it when I was a kid, my mom took me. I was like, I think 1, so I never really saw it. So to go and experience my favorite movie in the theaters, it gave me goosebumps, and it was a special time.
Awesome, dude. Good choice. All right, so favorite TV show of all time?
Favorite TV show. Now this one goes back to the 90s, and it's going to be Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh, okay.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
So you were the late night man.
That's good
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I remember
I
sitting
already
there.
know.
Yeah. I got good and ready for that show, and it was funny.
Space Ghost.
I loved it. It was
What
great.
a classic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dude,
that whole
good choice, man. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't either. That's good. That's an excellent choice.
All right, man. Favorite movie of all time?
now this one came very easy for me, and that is Grandma's Boy.
Oh,
My
Grandma's
all-time
Okay.
favorite.
It's a good movie. That's a funny
Grandma-
good. That's a good funny movie. I like that.
That's a
was-
great one, dude.
I've watched that, I think,
That's funny.
hundreds and hundreds of times.
Mm.
I love that movie. It's great, and it was the first time we saw a game that was in production, or Xbox was going to bring out. It was called Demonic, but for some reason it got canceled. But that game was actually in production at the time to be released on Xbox, and it was
That's
the first
funny.
time a movie was just kind of like revealing a game to the public, and that's what I loved it. It was great.
That's kind
It
of
was,
dope.
it was smart. Like, here's a game that's coming out, but we're not going to say it. And it was just smart. I loved it. But I think, and then Xbox killed it. So it was like,
Hey, great
Yeah.
choices, all you guys. I got this awesome list from y'all, and I don't have to answer any of these myself. So that's gonna do it for.
Hell yeah.
hey, bullshit.
That's a good way to do it. We just got finesse.
Suckers, I'm out. Bye.
Now you know all of my secrets.
Thanks for coming to
Steelers.
FunPop, everybody.
Steals our answers. He's like, haha.
I feel.
I got him now.
I need somebody.
Survive.
I need somebody to ask me the questions though, to put the pressure on.
Okay.
The first one was.
I don't
Marvel.
remember. I don't remember all of them, but
I got him.
you got them.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, I put it on the
Put 'em in
screen.
corner.
I put it on the screen right there for you.
Oh, you did?
It's on the top
Put him in the corner, psycho.
if you
Oh.
can read it.
Hold on.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh God, I can't read that.
Okay, just ask me what my favorite Marvel movie of all time.
Yeah. What is your favorite Marvel movie, Mav?
Oh, now that I feel the pressure. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so this recently changed. Okay. And I have a concrete answer, whereas before I wasn't sure. But I recently rewatched this because my feelings changed after I watched something that came out recently. So recently I've been watching the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it was just an awesome show. And I was just really digging into it and loved the lore and everything going on there. And like, I felt like I needed something inside of me Needed to go back
Okay.
and watch.
Okay.
He did something inside you.
Yeah, I needed something inside me. So, something inside of me was calling out and needed to go back and watch the first Captain America movie, Captain America: The First Avenger.
Okay.
And after watching the first Avenger, after seeing the whole series and then watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, tying it all the way back, the first Avenger has so much more meaning to it if you watch it now than it did back when it first came out. And you realize the significance and the importance of that movie.
I really liked it the second round when I watched it again. Like when I did my marathon, like when I first watched it, I was like, that's kind of boring. When I watched it again with like the marathon, I really liked it.
Yeah, it's for me, going back, it has so much meaning to it because you realize the importance and the significance of everything that happens in that movie that sets the stage for a lot of things that happen in the entire MCU. And also with the whole story of Bucky and then Sam and all these things that tie in together. And just that movie just was like, okay, wow, they really did a great job with this, and I am 100% on board with what they did with this movie. And so Captain America: First Avenger is currently right now my favorite Marvel movie.
Wow. All right, next question. What is your favorite DC movie?
I'm gonna take these away from you. Okay. Favorite DC movie of all time. Now, I just to let you guys know, I did not prepare answers for this. Like I'm thinking on the fly here. Okay.
Makes it even better.
That's what we had to do.
Right, exactly. I wanted to be fair. Favorite DC movie all time. I was about to say the Snyder Cut, and Psychonauts stole that, and it could still be because it just was like, when do you get a 4-hour culmination of like DC like epicness all together on screen, right?
Right.
And I honestly have a hard time replacing it with anything. Just the scenes, like especially at the end with like Flash reversing time while running forward and the world reappearing after it being like shattered and stuff is just like, man, it's
Zack
like
Snyder's really good at visuals.
It's like mind blowing that stuff was cut out. It's like, oh my gosh, how could you possibly like take this amazing stuff out of it? Like that's what your budget all was spent on to begin with. You just threw away a bunch of money anyway. Like, wow, that movie is incredible, and in my opinion, actually, it's like a masterpiece of film. So I visually and even story wise, I think with what he had to try and achieve with that movie, building new characters and then weaving them into existing characters, and then all that was great. I can nitpick some casting choices here and there, you know what I mean, but overall, amazing. So Snyder Cut.
And Darth Praxis says best DC flick, The Dark Knight, followed closely by Snyder Cut. It's jumping on a lot just because of it started off so trash.
Dark Knight is so up there for me too, guys. Like that was
Dark Knight is incredible.
It's an amazing movie, and it's because of Heath Ledger's Joker. 100% why that movie shines the way it does. Just there's so many
literally became the
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Oh my God. Iconic. That movie was littered with iconic scenes from Heath Ledger as the Joker. Just like memorable scenes you can see right now. You can see him walking in the nurse's outfit outside of the hospital right before it explodes, right? You can
try to get it to blow up. And that was a mistake on special effects too. Yeah, he just played with it. Because it was supposed to go off right away. And then when it didn't, he actually just ad-libbed that whole scene.
And he's like,
yep.
You could see him like with all the like mob guys and the gang members around the table in that restaurant kitchen right now, just like introducing himself for the first time and stuff. You could see him In the party, in the upstairs loft. When
I
he
always think about the
tries
interrogation room.
Yeah.
Yeah, the interrogation room is.
That's the
Jesus.
perfect scene, bro.
Oh my god.
Perfect scene of the Joker.
So many iconic scenes.
Or the
It's
magic
just-
trick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The monologues that he had in that movie were just like, he would tell the same story of how he got his scars.
Yep.
But in a different way each time.
Yep.
Just like such an incredible scene. That guy was an astounding actor. To be able to pull that off and then be in Knight's Tale, you know, The Patriot, just like different roles, you know. Was it 10 Things I Hate About You? Was like even like a romantic comedy from way back then, like just
and he was on Brokeback and some other
Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, just like a great actor. So,
there was another one. He was a knight.
A Knight's Tale.
Oh yeah. Wow. I forgot.
Knight's Tale.
He was
excellent.
That was great. Yeah. Loved that movie. And in fact, actually, Jarvis was in that movie, if y'all remember.
Really?
Paul Bettany.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paul Bettany was in A Knight's Tale. He was hilarious in The Knight's Tale, actually. That was the first time I remember seeing Paul Bettany. And I was like, man, this guy's funny, you know? He walked bare ass, dude. Like, he had nothing. His penniless, and he had no clothes. And he's just walking, like, with nothing through the street. So, all right. What's next?
I'm asking the question. I forgot. What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Okay, now I'm gonna start to get killed here, guys.
Uh-oh. Don't.
What is he about to say?
He's gonna say
Episode 1.
No. I don't know if I should say.
Now he doesn't want to say it.
There's no way around it. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
That's
These are
funny.
your
I
favorite.
thought episode 3 I was gonna get a little crucified for it, but Steel said it and you stole my answer.
I thought I was too, surprisingly.
Are you going Clone Wars?
No.
You better not go solo. You better not go solo. Otherwise, there's going to be one less person.
He's
on
laughing.
Xbox Ultimate.
He's laughing. It's Solo.
You better not.
It's Solo.
I love Solo, man. I love that movie, dude. I do.
It's so funny.
It's an abomination of what Han Solo is.
I love Solo, man. It's a movie that stands on its
awful.
own and can like be watched time and time again with popcorn and a drink. It's so good. I love
Stop.
Solo.
Stop.
I love Solo. It's so good, man. It's so good, dude. I love that movie.
It's like if somebody never watched any of the other movies and they had to write a movie about this character named Han Solo. That's what they came up with. It's
it was so
ridiculous.
good, man. I don't know. They did such a good job.
He said, I don't know. They did such a good job.
Oh man, I dude, you get to like see like early Solo and Chewbacca and
It's not real though.
It's real to me.
Where do you put Rogue One on the? Is it on your list?
right?
Rogue One was.
It was like it was right there, but right with
Really?
Solo. Yeah.
So you were about to choose Rogue One.
I love the individual stories that don't follow the Skywalker storyline as much, right? I love the Skywalker saga, but it's hard for me to just pick one out from there and separate it as like as my favorite because like
No more second wife.
No.
I don't know.
Kaitlin, run. Kaitlin, if you're listening, run.
I know
man
they're
is
more
insane.
recent.
He
But
hasn't watched them, so she wouldn't care.
Rogue
He's
One.
insane. He's just admitted that he's insane.
I am insane.
Run.
I know. Rogue One was like just such a great movie. I loved Rogue One too. So
I don't
it would
have
been
qualms with Rogue One at all. Rogue One is the most Star Wars out of all the new movies. It is the most Star Wars movie out of all the new ones.
And that ending with
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
And
Yes,
Darth
all-
Vader ending.
Yes. It had the feel of Star Wars versus all the other new ones.
Yeah.
It had the actual feel. It was. brilliant.
I
like
agree.
Rogue One.
I agree with you.
I think
100
Mandalorian
Well, hold
is
on.
probably the most Star Wars.
Yes, Mandalorian's up there as well.
Now,
But I'm just saying from a movie
Yeah.
aspect. I'm not counting it as.
As far as there's just certain reasons I like Solo. It's just so fun. Like for me, like to watch. It's like
it's not.
It is.
No,
it is. I love it.
They could have put any other name on him and made that movie. It would have been fine and called it Star Wars. That's fine. But it could have been any other character. Exactly. It's not Han Solo. Exactly. It's not who he is.
Exactly. Because it stands on its own as a great film. It doesn't even need to be Han Solo. It could be anybody.
Yes.
And it was great.
Okay.
I told you I was going to get killed.
I hate you.
Solo.
I love all Star Wars movies.
That's hilarious.
All of them.
That's even worse to say. Stop.
Except Last Jedi.
All right. There's those like Ewok movies. Okay, I could have said one of those.
Favorite TV
Star Wars Christmas movie is better than Solo, by the way. A Christmas special Star Wars is better than Solo.
He's not letting this go.
Oh,
we found Pong's topic.
And you know,
talk bad about Star Wars.
Sorry, keep going.
Between 1, 2, and 3, Clones is my favorite.
All right, now we gotta talk. We gotta talk a little bit. We can't move on until we talk about this.
No, you don't get to keep this going. He doesn't. No, we don't get off Solo, and you get to talk about clones now. Okay? No, it's already done.
Clones. He said clones. Okay, fine.
He already said Solo is his favorite Star Wars.
He did.
End of discussion. It's over with.
All right, fine.
His
we'll talk about this
Star
later.
Wars from here on out is null and void. And any topic, it doesn't
Free
matter.
bit. Make sure you put that in your video.
Yeah, for sure. It's going. All right. So favorite TV show.
Wait, what video you are talking about?
It's coming. It's just I've been busy, man. It's there. It's high production.
You said it's high production.
It's high production.
Okay. All right. What's the next one?
Favorite TV show.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna win back a little bit of credit here, because not only is it my favorite Star Wars thing, period.
Yep.
But it's also my favorite TV show now of all time, and that is The Mandalorian.
Yep.
It combines Star Wars with being like a Western from like the 60s. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just amazing. I freaking love that show. I could watch every episode 10 times, and the characters that they get to dive deeper into, and man, they did such a good job with him. Like Pedro Pascal plays that character amazing. Well. He just like, once he dons that helmet and he's walking around, you're following him, it's like he's got a heart, but he's a badass. You don't want to mess with him, you know what I mean? But he also screws up sometimes. You know what it's like? They did such a good job creating this hero character, right? That you get to follow episode after episode, and combine that with like the way it just looks and feels on their journey with introducing like Grogu and like all of this stuff is just so original and great for Star Wars.
I agree.
It is, man, they just nailed it with that. And I think one of the reasons it's also one of my favorite shows of all time. It's like, my favorite right now, I'll say my favorite. It could always change, but it started this idea in my head now of what shows can be.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
With these streaming services and stuff, like whereas before I didn't, those were only like for like high like cable, like HBO, like when you had to pay like out the wazoo for cable on top of HBO on top of your subscription services and stuff, you know. And now you just can have just HBO Max. You just pay this amount a month and you get that, and you get all this other stuff, and you get this Star Wars show, and you get Marvel and stuff, and Mandalorian just like kicked all that off for me, and it's incredible.
You guys realize you're listening to a man who, if he had the control, would have greenlit a Solo series.
There should be a Solo. There should be a Solo too. There should be a Solo too.
Now, Mandalorian, there's a lot of cool stuff with Mandalorian. Like the technology they did for like the backgrounds using Unreal Engine for like their sets. Wow. You can't even tell what is fake in a lot of scenes with Mandalorian. And to me, it feels like the most Star Wars. Like the way they like take the set inspiration from like the original 4, 5, and 6, but also put their spin on it from the newer movies in a way. Like they sort of combine everything. Brilliant.
And they have fun with it too. Like I don't want to spoil anything, but like if you haven't seen the second season, Bill Burr, you know, like it's just like this like kind of the character that you got to know before a little bit, and they bring him back in, and you kind of get to know him even more this time, and you find out kind of like, hey, maybe this guy is not as bad as you think he is, and like then also like just surprising, like bam, that moment, you know, it's like just it's like a fun thing for the show, you know, to go crazy things like that, you know what I mean? It's just I freaking love The Mandalorian. I cannot wait for it to continue. I hope it keeps going for a long time.
So we got one more question for you, Matt, and
yes,
that is, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Well, guys, just like you, this is
That
like
is a good question.
the hardest. This is like
Solo.
No.
Solo.
No, this is really hard to answer.
Battle for Endor.
I freaking love movies, and when I think about this, I kind of go back to like movies I liked when I really first started to realize that I love movies, right? And movies that kind of stood out to me when I was a kid, and that I watched over and over and over again. And there's one movie in particular that stands out that I just always have in the back of my head. Like anytime this question is answered, it's the first thing that pops up in the back of my head. So that must mean something, right? And it didn't score very well. It's not like a highly rated movie or anything like that, but it's a movie that I love. I think it's a blast. And that is Young Guns.
Excellent movie.
Emilio Estevez,
okay.
Charlie Sheen, Dermot Mulroney, Lou Diamond Phillips, Kiefer Sutherland.
Okay.
Just that guy. It was one of the first of like the new Westerns. You know what I mean? Like the new age Westerns at that time. And then I really got into that, and Young Guns 2 wasn't good. Okay.
No.
But Young Guns was. And then Unforgiven followed, was another great one. That's like right there, just right underneath Young Guns for me. Unforgiven is known as one of the highest rated movies of all time also. So like Unforgiven is critically acclaimed where Young Guns isn't, but Young Guns is just so fun. Like it was Billy the Kid and Gang of Outlaws. It's just something fun to follow like as a kid and get into. So that holds a place for me. So that's
good choice.
Favorite movie of all time. And if you haven't seen it, guys, go watch it. It's a fun watch. So
and you guys should look at one actor who did pass away, but he was incredible for his time, River Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like Joaquin Phoenix was he his brother?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Incredible actor for his time. He was like the Leonardo DiCaprio of that period, you know. So
go watch My Private Idaho. Absolutely incredible movie.
Freaking good actor, dude.
With him and Keanu.
It's I don't even remember how he passed away, but it's really unfortunate. He had
drug. It was a drug.
Drug
abuse.
abuse.
It was drugs.
Okay.
Yep. Drug overdose. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Incredible actor. He was going to be the young Indiana Jones.
Really? I didn't know
one
that.
time. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
I could see
that
that.
is super unfortunate. Bro.
He was very talented, like incredible actor.
Him and Heath their parallels are.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy. Yep.
Wasn't he in Stand By Me?
River Phoenix. What,
River
like one
Phoenix,
of the kids?
Yeah. River
Yes.
Phoenix.
Yes.
Wow. Was he?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
He
that's
was one of the kids.
I think
Yes.
so.
That's
Yes.
up
He
there
was.
also with one of the best like movies to watch. Yeah, it was,
And he was in,
River Phoenix was in
What's
it.
eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah. Well, Leonardo DiCaprio and then Johnny Depp was River Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
Also?
I'm sorry. That's,
No, yeah, no. You got me confused.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, no,
Wait,
that's Johnny
Yeah,
Depp and Leonardo
yeah,
DiCaprio.
yeah. Sorry, my bad. Whoops.
Yeah, he did look kind of like he reminded me of Leonardo DiCaprio, but I feel like for his time he was one of the best actors, and he was super good.
Up and coming actors.
Yep.
Yeah, he was very, very talented.
Yeah.
Very
Was
talented.
that the kid? No, now I'm looking it up. If he was wow, he was one of the kids of Stand By Me.
Yep.
Now I gotta rewatch that movie. I would always watch that movie as a kid growing up.
Yeah, that movie's
I
great.
didn't know he was one of the kids. That movie's kind of sad.
It is. It's not a happy watch.
No.
But it's a good movie.
Stuff.
He was also in Explorers. If you guys never saw Explorers, I know 3-bit, you're way too young, but Explorers was a great 80s movie about a bunch of kids who go on an adventure. They discover it. Watch it if you haven't seen it. It's very, very good. So
yeah, I see it.
Yep.
I can't see it. Never mind.
Sneakers. He was in Sneakers. Excellent movie. God, he was in a lot of movies. He was a lot more movies than I thought. I forget.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yep.
Sneakers, Dark Blood. He was in Indiana Jones, apparently.
Yes.
I think he was in like the opening scene with like a running across a train, right?
Yep. And they were planning on making I believe at the time they were planning on actually making a TV show, and he was going to be the young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So, yep.
They tried it again with Shia.
Yep. They did. Yeah. No. Tried.
Yeah, tried.
Or his mental breakdown.
Yeah. Shia is a great actor, though.
Yeah,
he's a great actor.
He's an incredible actor, and I think he seems to be better now, like with a lot of stuff. So hopefully that keeps up. But hey, hopefully you guys had fun. Was that?
He's been self-medicating. That's why he's been getting better.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, guys. I know this was different. Like, wanted to mix it up a little bit and have just like a.
That's dope.
That's cool.
Different kind of thing, right? So, we talked about Mortal Kombat. We learned about each other in some interesting ways. And we got 3 downvotes when I said that
Solo
was my favorite Star Wars movie.
I changed my upvote to a downvote, so.
That's awesome. No, but yeah, dude, I had a blast. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight on FunPop. Pong Soul and Steel Rain, the 2 guys that form the duo known as Living Split Screen.
Yes,
that's right.
It's great to have you guys together on the show.
It is.
And I want to make sure that everybody out there that's watching this either now or after knows where they can find Living Split Screen and any other shows you guys are on as well. So we'll start out with Steel, because he's
the hype man. He's the hype man. I bring up. That's it. Bring it, Steel. Come on.
Man. Nah, but I'm not gonna say them. I'm the hype man. Pong's the hype man. Don't let him fool you, man. He got the face, man. But look, every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. UK time, whether you're getting up, just brushing your teeth, getting your face washed, grab some breakfast, or in the afternoon, grab a beer, get you some lunch or something, and come have a seat.
Tell them.
Chill within the rain, grab you some soul, and get the energy you need to get you rolling into your weekend that only we know how to provide you at the Living Split Screen Morning Show. Other than that, man, Friday nights, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central, GRG, man. Last week we had Dealer on. It was an awesome time. Dealer and Boom are part of one of the biggest reasons, 2 of the biggest reasons, I should say, that I just jumped into the community, along with a ton of other things. I'm all about putting the soul back into gaming. I feel that's what's important. That gaming is so much bigger than the plastic or whatever the fanboy stuff get into. It's fun, but at the same time, it's so much bigger than that. It's about accessibility, and it's about taking it to a different place so that we can start talking to people that are like us. who are actual gamers, because I'm tired of seeing this dry stuff that we keep seeing today. But anyway, with all that being said, look, man, Friday, Saturday, come check us out. Man, with that being said, also, again, it was another good time on the Fun Pop. Mav, 3-Bit, Pong, Psycho, y'all the bros, man. It's been always a good time when we get together, man, and really get into it and get into these topics, man. So again, much love to y'all, and thanks for having me here, man.
Heck yeah, dude. Super happy you joined us, and I will definitely be reaching out again.
Thanks, man.
And Pong, I know that Steel got a couple of yours covered, probably. So, but where all can people find you?
Oh, you guys know where to find me. So Friday nights, Xbox Ultimate with everybody here except for Steel, who's over on GRG, but that's cool. We're friendly competitors. But no, Friday nights, Xbox Ultimate. And then Saturday mornings, like Steel said, we are waking you up on Living Split Screen. Who knows what topics we're going to have. Steel had an epic rant last week. I've had some rants. It's been crazy, but the community has been just incredible. Everybody's been so supportive, man. I again, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate all of you, because it's been really fun so far. So yeah, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, 3 p.m. UK time for all of our European friends. We'll be there. You guys be there too. Living Split Screen. Otherwise, Saturday night, I will be on the Shop Podcast with PTK Blam, Fuzzy Belvedere, Centurion, and Stagorilla. And this week, we've got Josh Muncie, the director at Xbox Marketing. So that's a huge get for PTK. It's going to be fun. We got some questions lined up for him. So join us there, 9 o'clock Eastern time, PM, and then 8 p.m. Central time. And then otherwise, Saturday, I got something else going. I don't think it's been announced yet, but Saturday afternoon, I got something else going. It's going to be a triple header. So I'll leave that to be announced. And then Tuesdays, Xbox Factor podcast with Boom and Zemi. I'll be there, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central time. So again, thanks for having me, Mav. I didn't contribute much except for come on here and rip on you about Solo. But
that's what I wanted you for.
That's probably why you invited me. You knew that was going to happen, right? Yeah. So, no, I appreciate the invite. Sorry I couldn't get here right away, obviously, but otherwise, no, I always love to be here with my brothers. You guys are family, man. I love you all, and anytime we can get together, this is like the best, man. This is just like hanging out. So, love you guys.
Yeah, you too, man, dude. Part of the family as well. Now, we also got the two fun Popians here. 3-Bit and Psycho. Hey, 3-Bit, where can everybody find you?
Everyone can find me on Twitter, the VGHD. My YouTube channel is the Video Games HD. I am on several shows. I'm on Mr. Boomstick's show, Xbox Factor every Thursday. I couldn't make it today because work. But you guys can also find me on here, FunPop, later in the Thursday day or night. And then I'm on Xbox Ultimate. So Xbox Ultimate is a super fun show. We have Pong, we have Psycho, Mav, Kaitlin, Lady, Lupa. I think I got everybody, right? Okay. Super fun show. It's been awesome having you both here, Pong, Steel. Always a pleasure having you guys. Cool to see you guys basically collab, and then we get to also see it on FunPop. It's like a mini living split screen episode with different topics.
Exactly, yeah.
So it was really awesome. Always love talking Mortal Kombat, and they had a fun show today. So yeah, that's where you guys can find me, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Cool. All right, mellow fellow from outer space, fellow fun Popian, and awesome speculator, my man. Psychonauts, what's up? And hey, where can everybody find you, dude?
Well, everyone can find me on Twitter and Xbox Live at Psychonauts8. I've been streaming on my channel this last week. You can find me there on YouTube and at Gamer Chat Podcast. I started that up this week, and it's been going pretty good. And tonight, Thursday is at 10:30, and Fridays on Xbox Ultimate. You can find me there at 9. Tonight's been awesome. Thank you guys. But love coming and hanging out with you guys, and can't wait to do it again next week. So,
yeah, man, fun time.
Thank you, Steele and Pong, for coming on tonight. You guys are awesome.
Of course,
An
brother.
extension of our family.
Heck yeah, man.
I appreciate that, man. Much love.
And Mav, where can they find you, brother?
Oh yeah, guys. Hey, right here on this YouTube channel, Fun Speculation. So on Twitter, Fun Speculation Friday night, like Pong and 3-Bit and Psychonauts have said. Xbox Ultimate Podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, we got the FunPop, which is right now, so you already know where that is. But if you're watching, or if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, or you're watching after on YouTube, then this airs live on Thursday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And also check me out on 4GQ TV Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, that's it, guys. But we had a blast. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to Original Next Level Gaming. You guys are awesome over there, shouting us out on your podcast. Everybody here needs to make sure they check those guys out. They're freaking rock.
Thanks.
Dreadpool, thanks for playing Second Extinction with me, and Psychonauts. Was that yesterday? I don't even. I lost track. 2 days ago. It was a freaking blast. We need to play again.
When it dropped, that's what it was.
Everybody in the chat, thank you so much, guys. You were awesome, and I speak for all of us when I say thank you, and have a great night. Sleep tight.
Yes.
Later, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.
Guys.
Solo is the best Star Wars.
FunPop.
FunPop.